It is the morning after the night before, and Rangers got pumped 5-1 by PSV. But I've got a feeling everyone watching this video would have already known that. And I want to talk about the reaction because, made a point about it in the review yesterday, but the fact that, PSV, the Dutch league, million miles away, the money. But Ibrox Chat put out a tweet, and, you can easily go find this out yourself, but he's put a tweet together here, and also I went on and looked at the transfers that PSV have made, and honestly, there's not much of a difference, but like Rangers turnover, 86.45 million, PSV, 79.69 million, Rangers wage bill is 54.5 million, PSV wage bill 47, and Rangers spent 11.5 million less, and like he says at the bottom, it's a cop out for how poorly this club is ran. It is like, see, I can't. I actually couldn't believe when it went like 4-1, 5-1, and how quickly McCoist is just to blaming the TV deals in the league. To me, it's a joke, right? And if you look at the sort of deals that PSV have made over the last year, because they made some of these signings last year, right? But let's even look at the ones at the bottom first, right? So Noah Lang, Jordi Schotten, and Ricardo Pepe. So these four, 12.5 million, 12 million, 11 million, right? So they're all on 11 million euros, right? And then, of course, they signed Tillman, and we'll get to Tillman a wee bit later on. So, they've spent like, 35 million there in that region, 35 million euros, which that's a decent amount of money, right? But when you compare it to us, we've spent about half of that this season. We've spent like, I don't know how much it'll equal out into euros, but we spent 6 million quid on Danilo, so let's just say it's like 7.5 million euros. Why are we pretending that we're a million miles behind? And if you look back at last season, we've got Gus Till, Luke De Jong, Anwar El Ghazi, right? 3 million euros, 3 million euros, and 2.5 million euros. That equates to 8.5 million euros for those three players, right? Luke De Jong causing us problems across both legs. Right? There's 8.5 million spent. We have spent similar money on fucking shite. You look at like Ben Davies, right? Absolute dog meat. Like, I mean, I'm even going further back than this, like Bakuna, right? Just shite, if we're being perfectly honest, man. You look at the loan fees that they spent for Van Aanholt and Forgan Hazard, right? We spent the exact same for Ramsey. Now, maybe some people will argue, well, we couldn't afford their wages, right? Which is a valid thing, right? All right, fair enough. But, it's all about how you spend the money. And the fact of the matter is this: we have spent a lot of money on duds in recent years. Now, I think since Beale's come in, we've both signed like Cifuentes, Cantwell, and Raskin for a fraction of what they would cost, because that's some actually decent business that we've done there. But if you look at these transfer fees, like, teams pick up good players for cheap money. It's not their fault or other leagues' fault that we overspend. And this is an old firm problem as well. I mean, look at Celtic. They've actually been good they were good under Ange, but before that, 5 million for Barkas. It's, you can't make that excuse all the time. But Malik Tillman, of course, got brought on just to rub salt in the wounds late on in that game. And he did put a pretty dodgy tackle in on Cantwell. I don't think there was. I mean, it didn't look good, but I think he is trying to win the ball. You could say, well, with a 5-1 up, what's he doing? Which I think, all right, fair enough. But a Rangers fan has replied to him, to which he's replied to, because I think you can read the message for yourself in the bottom left-hand corner. And he said, from this to this, and then Tillman actually put up a response to this saying, to make it clear, yeah, I don't have anything against you guys. I understand you're upset that I left Rangers and everything. I had an amazing time. I loved every single bit of it, but life is about making personal decisions and moving on. It's nothing personal, and I have all the respect for Rangers as a club, the players, the staff, the fans, and everyone at the club. Of course, it's nothing personal against Todd. It's football. I tried to get the ball, and I apologised a couple of times afterwards. Seeing that message just makes me sad in a different way, and I don't think that is acceptable. ... Yeah, the message pretty extreme there from, I don't know who it is, but he didn't actually reveal who it is. But I guess that is just the way of football these days. People will vent their frustrations on social media, and people, people will say it in real life as well. I mean, everyone, here watching this video has heard some abusive shit at football matches before, and it will always tend to happen here. Even on this channel, you get abusive comments, but at the end of the day, Tillman ain't a Rangers player anymore, and whether or not, right, I don't think we're ever going to know whether we didn't go in for him, or Bayern didn't want to loan him to us again, or, you know, he actually didn't want to come to us. And it looks like by the reading of his message, it was more like here, it was just personal, didn't want to come back, or who knows. And then again, you've also like McCoist and the guy on commentary saying, well, that's why Tillman didn't want to come back to Rangers, because they're getting beat by PS5 5-1. PS5? I keep calling them PS5. PSV 5-1. Anyway, I'm raging. Till next time, troops. That's the aftermath. I don't even mean we're not even going to make any signings. Kamara's probably going to be at the door, like, but we're not spending any cash. Sunday's massive, man. If we lose Sunday, then I get the fucking rope out.